Hello. How's it going? I'm not gonna do a webcam today. I just don't want to. Yeah. Hope you're good. I wanted to do some Rohan today because they upped the level cap. Whoops. They upped the level cap on Treebeard quite recently, and I haven't done any of the Rohan quests yet. Hey Libby Fox, how are you? It's kind of weird not streaming with a webcam actually. But no, I'm not in a viewable state. If that makes sense. I need to get... What do I need? I need my VIP item. Otherwise, I will start having to pay for repairs. Let's go to Kellendim and pick it up. Yeah, I hope everyone is well today.
Could I speak with you?
I'm not gonna read this one. Sorry to disappoint anyone. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that one because it's just a silly daily thing. I'm on Treebeard, but I don't have any difficulty on this character because this is just my chill character. Let's activate my cat. And there. Do we have any rubbish to sell? I suppose I could just sell these. I'm not gonna do the festival on this character, so I'll leave that. Got no spoons, only a bad attitude, and... Wait, does that mean you want to do petty crime? Or does it mean that you're angry at people who do... You want to do it? Oh my god. Are you gonna download some music? Like vandalism? I really want to say something about Banksy, but I know that's gonna make you even more angry. Right, how are we gonna get to Rohan? What's my quests? What's my quest? I think I have to go and talk to... Do I have to go and talk to Elrond? Where'd you go after Isengard? Irritating Chief Moroni, the local sheriff. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look this up because I can't remember, like, what quest I'm on. Let's see, Volume 3, Book 6. Let me just have a look. Retro Epic Quest, Volume 3. We've done Book 6. What am I doing? Book 7 I want. Oh, okay. I think I have to go and see Galadriel. I suppose Osgiliath is as good a place as any. That's where they took the hobbits. It is where they took the hobbits. Right. We need the stable. We need to go to, I think it's, yeah, Syrian. I think we have to pick up the quest from Galadriel, and then she should send us into the world? No, not the world. What am I saying? What am I saying? Excuse me. It's the east. It's the east wall that we've got to get to. We might have to actually ride there. Because I don't think that I can get there using the stables from here. Nope. I have not done the deed. I've done it on my other character. It's so annoying because by the time you've done all of that, you don't really need to be in Lorien anymore apart from the epic. And if you're actually doing it properly and not going off and doing other stuff, then you can just keep doing that quest line and you don't have to worry about traveling. I'm trying to like make it look aesthetically pleasing, but all these bushes keep getting in the way. If I zoom in a bit more, there we go. Don't fall off the bridge. Don't fall off the bridge. Nailed it. Be funny if we can't get in. It's fine. Let me know if the game is too quiet, by the way. I can always turn it up a bit. I've got it on the same settings that they were on last time, but the last time I streamed was a few months ago, so... I've just been really busy. I heard that cut off cat cry. Yes, this was the right place to go.
It is nearly time for you to depart again.
Within the woods of Lorien, guests of Lord Celeborn can recover from their hurts and the toils of a long road. It is my hope this reprieve was of use to you, Feline. In these dark days, no time of rest is as long as we might wish it to be. It is nearly time for you to depart again. With one motion of a lovely arm, Galadriel directs your gaze to the flats that cling to the bole of the tree. Nona has made as full a recovery as she could have, and a greater one than I expected of her. She is waiting for you, the ladder down from these flats. I have made it known that it is my will she be permitted free movement within the hedges of Caras Galadon. Show her the city of the Galadrim, Feline. We will speak in my garden when she is satisfied with her exploration of what the city has to offer. I'm Galadriel, you're streaming again. Thank you. Oh, I'm trying to think of a good pun, but I can't. It's making you very merry.
They tell me I was close to death. I remember very little of it.
Nona smiles weakly at you. They tell me I was close to death, Feline. I remember very little of it. I remember a creeping shadow and a chill cold as ice, and... Her eyes narrow. The men of that town would not heal me unless I gave them my sword. But you spoke against it, and so did that man. What was his name? Horn? I should thank him for that kindness, even though he is of the horse folk, and we should not trust him too far. The Lady of the Elfwoods told me I could see her city before we departed. If I were well enough, I tell you I am. This place is a marvel, though my own people would not wish to live here. Bring me to some of the notable locations of the city, Feline. We have some time before we must depart, do we not? Right. I think we're probably going to see a bunch of rings from quests that I haven't done. Here's one.
This is a place of quiet contemplation.
This is Calurlin, the White Fountain of Caras Galadon. It is a place for quiet contemplation where elves of Lorien are free to enjoy the sound of the water in the pool and the feel of soft breezes on the skin. Húrin looks at Nona dismissively, and you can tell that despite Galadriel's words, not every elf is pleased to have the Dunlending girl within the borders of Lorien. Others can admire the fountain as well, of course. Húrin finishes with a sniff. Nona admires the delicate carving of the swan fountain.
My people would not build such a thing. What would be the point?
I cannot picture this fountain in Lornook. I think it's Lornook. That's how I always say it. When I saw you were streaming, I thought, I better hurry in here. That's amazing. That was so quick. Do we go up here? Maybe we've got to get up there. Is there a ladder? Oh, I bet the ladder's on the other one. I'll just have to climb. Have to use the stairs. Look at peasant. Would I miss this? No, 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 no. Perfect. You're so good at that.
We see so few visitors to Kara's Galathon.
I am sorry, we see so few visitors to Karas Galadon that our hospitality is perhaps not what it should be. It must seem a very confusing place, with the flats built on multiple levels of the great Melian, with winding stairs and bridges crossing the breezy gaps. Anglamel laughs, a delicate and musical sound. You catch Nona's brief scowl at the airy tones, but Anglamel does not. I have heard it said Karas Galadon is as maze-like as the cities of the dwarves, but if this slander is true, at least our maze is above the ground, lit by the glow of the sun and cool glimmer of the stars. I would not forgive any amount of confusion for those jewel boons. To be fair though, Moria seems mostly on one level as a maze, whereas this is like up and down, which is arguably worse. Because at least when you're doing a quest in Moria, you know as long as you keep going straight, you'll get there. Whereas with here, it's like you could get there, you might have to go round and then up somewhere else. Look at how overgrown this is. They need to cut this down. Where's their chainsaws? It's an ADHD perk, bad at life but good at joke. But isn't being good at joke something that makes you good at life? There's a question. Nope, that's not the right quest. I was deceived. Well, this was another kind of quest. I think I need to go up this one. Price I'd pay again. Oh, life is a joke. Exactly. Life is just one big joke. Except half the time it's not funny. Which sucks. The Malorn trees of the Lothlorien are the mightiest to be found anywhere in these, the waning years of Middle-earth. It was once not so, but the passage of time and the spreading of darkness has caused much that was once great to wither and diminish. So it would be with the elves, were we to stay. Already we have stayed too long. Luidros looks sideways at Nona, but she seems not to notice. It will soon be the time of man, and who can say how that race will deal with the challenges that lie ahead. These Milan support the Tulane, Galadrim, the flats on which much of the work in our city is done. Without them little could be accomplished. I hope the same will not be said of the elves when we have departed. Nona observes the mighty Malorn trees, but says nothing.
Galadriel wanted to speak with you in her garden?
Except now. Galadriel wanted to speak with you in her garden. For an elf, she seems to have a great deal of inner strength. She reminds me of a matriarch of the Algraig. We live in a society. That we do. Right, off to the garden. Oh, my headphones are running out of battery. Hang on. was playing man-eater earlier and eating men. The true feminism. Oh, you're a shark. That makes sense. So women don't go swimming. Only the men go swimming in that game. Did we miss it? Oh, it just goes round. You have discovered Galadriel's garden. Hope you don't mind some horse manure scattered around. And help things grow. Women aren't allowed on the beach for good reason. They'll girl up the manly sand and waves. It's true. The moment any woman steps on a beach, the sea turns pink. And so does the sand. Everything just turns pink. It's just what oiled men and their friends. Their manly friends. I hope you enjoyed your respite, Valine. It brings me sadness to tell you it must be ended. I spoke to you once of the danger that awaited our mutual friends on the road, Valine. Their circumstances are hidden to me, but I have seen enough in my mirror to worry. Those few of the wise who know of their errand have known a simple truth since they departed. As they move further south, they move closer to a point of decision they can delay, but not avoid. They cannot leave the great river without making this decision. Do they continue south and east to Mordor, or do they pass through cities of men and thereby take a longer road to the fire? The ring-bearer must go to Mordor, but who will choose to go with him? I fear for the company, Valine. Peer into my mirror and see if the visions for you are as troubling as they are for Galadriel. Ah, session plays. Wait, I thought that you could skip this now. Not that I would want to, because these ones are actually really enjoyable. But I thought that you could skip the other ones. You can definitely skip the ranger ones.
We always knew that the company of the ring would face the difficult decision of what road to take. We simply did not know how soon.
Oh my god. What's all this? Why am I getting given mission quests? That's so funny. They play volleyball and rub sun cream on each other. No girls, only creamed men. I'm waiting on a delivery today and every car door I hear makes me intensely paranoid. Is it something like cool that you're looking forward to receiving? Yeah, will do. You're not chatting too much at all. Perfect amount. Well, Frodo, the choice is upon us at last. In Rivendell you were appointed the bearer of a great burden, and this company has escorted you through the wilderness, beneath the mountains, and along the great river. All of us have done so in friendship, and with an understanding of the errand's great need. But now the path splits. Boromir has said from the beginning that his road leads to Minas Tirith, and the war against the Shadow that must surely be coming. But that way is not the way to the fire, and it is the fire that your burden must be carried. What is the fate of this company? Do we go to Boromir City, to Minas Tirith, or do we cross the river and make for the land of shadow? What should we do? Does no one wish to speak? Well, Frodo, you are the bearer and you must choose your own way. I cannot decide for you. I cannot advise you in this. What is your decision, Frodo? Sorry, just sorting the UI out. You need time to decide, I understand. It is no easy decision. None of these have been easy decisions. If only Gandalf were here. I have tried to play his part as best I can, but I am not he, and the ways of wisdom are shut to me. I am sorry I cannot help you with this decision, Frodo, but it is yours to make, and I do not want to sway your mind one way or the other. You shall have an hour, Frodo, and we will leave you alone to decide. We will stay here, and you may walk as you will, but do not stray out of call. There are orcs about. It's a guitar. Wait, where? Where? Thoughts of Elrond rise unbidden in your mind. Oh, your delivery! Oh, cool. What kind? The ring you bear is the one, the ruling ring sought by Sauron above all else. The evil he could work with it would be incurable. It must be destroyed. There are those who would use the ring and not destroy it. The temptation to use the ring, even for good, is overwhelming. That is its power and its danger. The road to the fire is dangerous, but it is the only choice we can risk. Thoughts of Galadriel rise unbidden in your mind. Electric one, my old one, has been buggered for years. Oh, I'm glad you're getting a new one. That's cool. Some rings there are that Sauron never touched, and they were not used for evil. They were used for growth and prosperity, and much beauty was wrought with these. The 3 elven rings belong to this worthwhile group. You remember the look of sadness on Galadriel's beautiful face when she spoke of this in Lothlorien. If you fail in your quest, Frodo Baggins, the workings of the 3 will be laid bare before Sauron, and he will control all. But if you should succeed, even then there will be little happiness for elves. We will diminish, and all that was wrought with the 3 shall fade. No choice is free from sadness for my people, Frodo. But Galadriel of Lorien would have happened what should happen. Even should it mean all her good works in this Middle-earth disappear and are forgotten. Goodbye, Frodo. Hopefully inspire me to practice more. As long as you have fun. Thoughts of Gandalf rise unbidden in your mind. Few know the inner strength of hobbits as I do, Frodo Baggins. Many, even among the wise, would think this task too much for you, but I have seen the bravery of a Baggins when put to the test, and I know you will do what you must. The memory of Gandalf's warm smile fills you with deep regret. Yes, there is sadness on any difficult road. You must prepare for more if you are to face what must lie ahead. Your friends are dear to you, but you must be prepared for this truth, Frodo Baggins. No fun, only guilt for not having fun. Some of them may not return from this quest. If that is why you delay, the quest is already lost. You must decide, Frodo. Thoughts of Bilbo rise unbidden in your mind. No guilt, please, just fun. Oh, Frodo, my lad, what have we gotten ourselves into? Trouble and bother. Your memory of the old hobbit makes you smile in spite of yourself, and you realise how badly you miss him. Something has to be done, Frodo. All these important people with their endless meetings and councils weighing important matters, when all it needs is the application of some good hobbit sense. You at least need to go to Mordor, Frodo, my boy. Isn't that so? As long as you have the ring, it is your burden to bear, as it was mine. Merry and Pippin and Sam, they would be fine. The others would watch out for them. If you bear the ring away, as it is your task to do, our friends will be in less danger. Me at 3 AM, thoughts of Gandalf. Same. It will not be easy, Frodo, my boy, but it would be for the best. As long as our friends accompany you, their lives are in danger. You don't want that. Best to go alone to Mordor. Aragorn and Boromir are strong men, and they will take care of our friends. Gimli and Legolas will watch out for them as well. Sam will not understand, but in time, he may forgive you. What did Elrond say in Rivendell? That it was perilous to study the arts of the enemy as Saruman did? That must be because they can corrupt even the purest of hearts, no matter its intention at the outset. You feel a presence behind you. Frodo! There you are! I was worried about you. Don't worry, Frodo. Boromir will be fine. Yikes. Look at his frame. He's got the evil frame. I know you said you wanted to be alone, Frodo, but you are simply too important to go wandering alone. If Aragorn is correct in his guess, it means the orcs have already crossed the river. They could be in the woods, even now. May I stay and speak, now that I have found you? Back at camp, everything is endless arguments about where we should go. But you and I could decide much easier. With two, it need not be a tumult of voices. Yes, you hear the wisdom in it. I'm glad, Frodo. I had feared you would not wish to speak to me, but it lightens my heart to know that you respect the wisdom of Gondor. For Gondor is where the greatest strength of men can be found, and it is where the Dark Lord's gaze is most drawn. If you were to come to Minas Tirith with me, we could protect Gondor. What do you say, Frodo? No. Why do you resist the cause of wisdom? These elves and wizards speak only of hiding and sneaking, and they would have us destroy the very thing we need to defeat Sauron. Why do you listen to them and not to me? It is my people who will pay the price for the failure of this foolhardy errand. My people will pay, not yours, hiding far away in some hidden dell where enemy will never find them. Even if he thinks to look. But he looks at Gondor. Yes, he does, and he will kill its people, and they will look to me and ask why I was not able to protect them, and I will say I had this chance, and I let it slip away. I know it is a heavy burden for you, Frodo. You are so small and weak. What if the ring had come to a man, a strong man of Gondor? Perhaps you could lend me the ring. Let me use it to save my people, and then I will give it back. How can you say that? You have the very thing we need to defeat the Dark Lord, but you refuse to use it. You run knowingly into your death, and you bring with you the only hope we ever had of surviving this war. The ring should be mine. Give it to me. Give it to me, you foolish halfling. You have no right to it. If you will not give it to me, I will take it. I will take it by force. A madness has taken Boromir. The ring is mine! Give it to me! In desperation, you slip the ring on your finger. What? Where did you go? Cursed halfling! Escape from Boromir, Frodo. Run up the stairs. Run, Frodo! Up the steps! Boromir may not be able to see you, Frodo, but other things might. No one could have foreseen this. Absolutely not. Frodo, you do not know your danger. Sauron can sense the presence of the ring. He searches for you. You have stumbled blindly to the summit of Amunhen. Oh, okay. Your heart is gripped with a sudden feeling of terror. You sense a malevolent presence searching. Oh my god. Sauron senses the ring! You managed to remove the ring. Now you know what you must do. The terror of your recent experience is still with you, but you conjure the kindly face of Gandalf from your memories to try and fight back the dread. You can almost hear his voice as clearly as when he spoke to you thusly in the library at Rivendell. There are a great many dangers facing Middle-earth, Frodo, and your ring is responsible, even indirectly, for all of them. The orcs of the Misty Mountains stir, and Lorien is threatened with fire. The horsemen of Rohan fight back the wolves of Isengard. Corsairs put to the sea from Harad, and endless armies march from the east. The Mountain of Fire is aflame, and the Dark Lord's forces are in motion. There are men who stand against him, men like Boromir, son of the Steward of Gondor, and your companion. He and the men like him will fight for as long as they are able, but when all is finished, it seemed to me they will be simply men, and for how long can men stand against such evil? No, Frodo, I fear that when all is reckoned, it will come down to one hobbit, after all, and the strength he himself can bring to bear. Perhaps that is always the way it was meant to be. You know what to do, Frodo. Well, he's got to complete all of these instances over here. Not all men are tempted by the ring. Well, yes. I think the only one... Well, the only one who isn't tempted isn't really a man. Not all men. Oh.
It is a troubling one, to be certain.
You tell Galadriel what you saw within her mirror, and a look of sadness crosses her face. The mirror shows many things, Faelene, and not all of them come to pass, but this one possibility among many, and it is a troubling one to be certain. They may have need of your help. I want you to travel south along the river Anduin, Faelene, and to see what has befallen our mutual friends. None of the visions I have seen in the waters give me any hope that they have avoided the dangers into which they walk. If you can aid them, in even the smallest way, it may be enough. Nona should go with you, if she still desires to do so. I have known her for just a short time, but I do not think she wishes for anything but to adventure with you. Let her be an aid to you on a dangerous road.
You will need a guide to bring you to the Falls of Valmus.
But few of my people ever travelled that far. No, do not shake your head in frustration. There is a guide who will suffice. His name is Corodan, and he is not called River Walker for naught. He is more familiar with the lands through which the Anduin flows than any elf in Lorien. Find him on Talain Neduil, on the eastern side of Caras Galadon, and tell him you need him as a guide along the Anduin. I'm sick of Gandalf and his third wave feminism. Woke Delf. There's some toxic positivity, am I right? Oh, he's just up here. Okay, he's up here. Would help if I had my speed buff on.
The lady has spoken to me about this, and I would refuse her nothing.
We will need supplies, boats and lembas and paddles. Speak to Borturist and Faingalf about acquiring such things as we will need. Borturist will be on Talain Galadrim, and Faingalf will be near the surrounding hedge beneath Talain Gloraloth, not far from the entrance to Caras Galadon. Oh my god, did he want to, like, tongue twist me? Is Tolkien's work meant to just be a big test? See if you can enunciate everything. Not that way. That's back to the garden. Is that someone we need to talk to? No.
The Lady Galadriel is wise to send Corridon as your guide.
You need a boat for navigating the Anduin? Yes, I will provide one, and paddles beside. How many will be going with you? You tell Faingalf the composition of your party, and she nods. The Lady Galadriel is wise to send Corodan with you. He is called the River Walker, you know, and it is a name truly given. He knows the lands on either side of Anduin better than any elf I know. The boat and the paddles will be ready when the time comes for your departure, Faelene. I think we can just go over here. Use this ladder. That's not who we want.
I will give you enough lembas, and and other foodstuffs for 2 weeks.
You are preparing for a journey down the Anduin. You have come to the correct elf, Faelene. I will supply you with enough lembas and other goods to make such a journey comfortably. Travelling by boat will require you to disembark occasionally. There is a portage way you will need to take around the rapids of San Gabir. Do not be so foolish as to traverse those in the boats, and of course you will need to beach them before you reach the falls of Rauros. It is a long climb down the cliff face, but I have heard there was a way that was used of old. I will give you enough lembas and other foodstuffs for 2 weeks. Corodan can cover that distance in 5 or 6 days. That should suffice. Namari. Right, back to Corodan. And then I think we can get going. Unless we have more people to gather for the journey. Where's the ladder gone? Do we go up here? There they are.
The last time I traveled south, orcs were gathering on the river bank.
You have done as I asked. Good. The most important step of the journey occurs before you even leave home, the preparations for your departure. Make sure your weapons are cleaned and ready. The last time I travelled south, which was some weeks ago, orcs were gathering on the far shore of Anduin. We may need to face them. Unfortunately, I lent my bow to Fimloth at Haldirith on my return from the journey. Perhaps we can stop by her encampment when we depart, and I can recover my bow from her. I will use a spare until then, but there is nothing quite like your own familiar weapons, is there? But now you should return to the house of Celeborn and speak with your Dunlanding friend. Tell her we are almost ready to leave. I don't know why I got on my horse when it's just going to dismount me. Let me up, thank you.
Sword is thirsty for more adventure.
I followed you here on the behest of a dream, Faelene. I will follow you wherever our road leads. If our adventure ended today, I would already have quite a tale to tell Sir Volk on my return. I cannot imagine what awaits us, but it will only add to the record of our deeds. Wadu's sword is thirsty for more adventure as well. If we come across more Easterlings or their fell ally, as we did in the swamps, I will be more ready than I was last time.
This land of elves is a long way from Edinburgh.
Oh, here we
A long
go.
way from my people.
I am grateful for the healing arts of Galadriel and her people, and for the lady's willingness for me to see her city. But there is something strange about this place, and I must tell you the truth. It is no place for me. I want my feet upon the ground and my foes in front of me. This land of elves is a long way from Edinburgh. A long way from my people. I'm ready to depart, Faelene. Perhaps things will feel more familiar to me as we journey south along the river. Let me just shut the window. basically made no difference. How rude.
I lent my favorite bow to Finloft, and now she has lost it.
I'm not pleased about this, Faline. I lent Fimlov my favourite bow to use while I remained in Lothlorien, and now she has lost it. Corridan lowers his voice and turns to his apologetic friend. No, Fimloth, I am not upset. If those orcs were as numerous as you report, you were right to flee. A bow is a bow, and the lives of my friends come first. I will search the woods of Thingglad for the orc that picked it up as you escaped. Are you of a mind to join the hunt, Faline? Your Dunlanding friend has already agreed to fight the orcs with me as well. Perhaps we can make a game of it. The first of us to find my lost bow will be the victor, but I shall be the happiest of all to have the bow back in my hands. So I have to find it. Where is a good place for orcs around here? Oh, I see one. I think there's a camp or so this way. So I think I'll head that way. I should have picked up my carryalls. Oh well. I think I've got enough room in my bags. Back to Corridan. Hoover or street sweeper. Yeah, it was a street sweeper. But it's pointless because I live next to a building site and it doesn't really do anything. It just gets dirty like immediately.
Did not find the bow. Lola and I did not either.
And it's so loud. I think it might be coming back. Yeah. It's coming back. I think I'm just gonna wait a minute for it to pass. For some reason all the lorries and stuff like to sit outside of my window as well. It's kind of a pain. Especially because it gets really warm in here, so I like to have the window open. I think it's okay now. It looked like it's doing something and that's what we pay our taxes for. Well, the council don't do anything around my estate apart from our bins. it turns out that the management companies for the housing estates get like extra incentives because the councils try and outsource all of their stuff. So I have to pay an estate fee and a fee for my building as well, which is something stupid like £1,000 a year. You got a light on? Lorries are attracted to artificial light sources because of the way they navigate using the moon. I don't have any lights on, but I do have RGB on my keyboard. And in my PC as well, actually. I used to, like... I've never been bothered about RGB, but... it just comes with stuff now, like, automatically, so... I'm just like, alright. I'll have the RGB keyboard, just because it's better quality. You're attracting gamer lorries. Oh my god, I'm gonna have like Currys and Argos fans around here. You did not find the bow? Nona and I did not either. That orc that seized it must have already left this area. Pity. This spare bow does not fire as accurately as my other did. I am still a deadly shot, Feline. Do not worry on that score. Did you know how dangerous Nona is in combat? I did not think the Dunlandings were more than barbaric hill-dwelling men. But she is a deadly warrior indeed. I underestimated her, and will not do so again. If we are surprised by orcs as we journey further along the Anduin, I will be glad to have her along. Oh my god, is it actually coming back? It's coming back. It's like, this street isn't clean. We're gonna do it again. Oh. You did not find Coridan's bow. We did not either. He seemed surprised, but I was not. Whatever orc took the bow must have known an elf would come looking for it and fled the area. This orc is lucky it did, for its hunters numbered 3, woman, Uchluth, and elf. Flight alone could have saved it. I am sorry Coridan does not have his favourite bow, but I still enjoyed the hunt. Do you think that you can humour me on one count, Feline? I understand we must hurry, but this should not take long.
Let us take a detour to Stongard, so I can thank Horn.
When we were last in this region, I was wounded in the swamp, and you brought me to the nearby outpost of the Horse Lords. I was a wounded enemy to everyone there save one, the Rohirrim man called Horn. He spoke on my behalf, and when you suggested that I be taken to the Elfwoods for healing. You interrupt Nona at this point and tell her that it was actually Horn's idea. A confused look crosses her face. Really? Well, that is one more thing for which I should thank him. And that is what I want, Feline. A brief detour to the outpost of Sandgard, so I can give him my thanks. Perhaps you can have him meet me here. I do not think I would be welcome once again within their walls. Let's go to Stangard.
How can I be of service?
It would be nice if they put more of the fast travel into the Lorien. Well, not even more, just like make it so that we can get around without doing the deeds. I don't know. It would be nice.
You're looking for Horn. Good. Take him with you.
Oh, it's you. Still travelling with unsavoury types, are you? Afik looks you up and down, and the disgust on his face is clear. You're looking for Horn? Good. Take him with you. Take him and be gone. You will find him up the hill.
How is the Dunlending girl? Did she survive?
I did not think to see you again, Feline. How is the Dunlending girl? Did she survive? You tell Horn that the healing arts of Galadriel were sufficient, and that Nona has come to Thingblad and wishes to thank him in person for his kind words and actions. Oh, I see. I am glad. Horn seems conflicted about something, and when you ask him if everything is all right, he sighs heavily. It seems there is no place for me anymore, Feline. I am no longer welcome in Stangard. My fellows feel that I have been somehow tainted by stepping foot within the Elfwoods, and by speaking on behalf of a Dunlending. Well, they no longer trust me. They want me to leave by sunrise tomorrow. You ask if there is anything you can do to help. Well, I do not have many possessions. If you bring me my harp and my writing supplies, I will be ready to go. My harp is in the tavern, and my writing supplies are in Wada's house, where I have been staying. That's not the right house. Let's see. Wada's home. I think the tavern's on the other side. There's the tavern. Horn's harp. This instrument. Oh, okay. I was gonna read what it said. This instrument is Horn's pride and joy, and before his time serving at Stangard provided much of his livelihood. Horn considered these writing supplies quite valuable. I can understand that, because I have some nice stationery. It's one of my favourite things. Along with all the... Excuse me. Along with all the notebooks that I don't write in.
I am not welcome in Stangard, but where can I go?
Thank you for bringing me these. I am not welcome in Stangard, but where can I go? By order of Theoden King, I am not to return to Rohan until my term of service in Stangard is finished. Horn looks uncomfortable. Where are you travelling, Feline? Could you use another companion on the road? I do not wish to intrude, but I believe my place is with you and with the Dunlending girl, for whom I gave up. Well, it was no life I gave up. I only did what was right, though my fellows failed to see it. You tell Horn that he is welcome to travel with you as far as he will. Thank you, Feline. I owe you a great deal for this. An aimless life would ill suit me. Your goals are now mine, and the dangers you face, I will face as well. Ooh, excuse me. Right, we need to go back to the other bit. You're my Dunlending girl.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
confirms what I suspected about the Horse Lords. Cruel even to their own.
You tell Nona that Horn has been cast out of Stangard and is no longer welcome there. This confirms all I ever suspected about the Horse Lords failing. They are cruel even to their own and are not deserving of our sympathies. I will speak with Horn, thank him for his words on my behalf, and give him my sorrow that he has suffered for me. But I will also tell him that he is now better off and need shed no tears for his lost fellows. We will be ready to leave when Corridan says we should leave. Speak with him when you are ready to go.
Our band of companions grows.
A Dunlending girl, a Rohirrim man, an elf, and a woman. It sounds like a joke, does it not?
We will still fit in the one boat, but it will not be comfortable.
I do not think we should recruit any more companions, Faline, unless you fancy swimming alongside the boat. Are you ready to continue our journey?
Let us go to the boat together.
I want to have a good seat and a comfortable place to rest my arm as we paddle.
I have journeyed on the great river
God.
often, and know its swirls and eddies like no other.
Sorry. It's so loud because
It is familiar to me as my own shadow, but it is still a journey of some days. We must stop here for the night.
it's so loud because it's the Windows volume. And the Windows volume is at 100. Sorry about that. Okay. This is starting to hurt my throat a bit. I feel like their game could be louder. I'm just gonna put it up to 20. Maybe 30. Let me know how that is. That is far enough for today, Faline. Horn has already seen to the fire, so now we may stop and take some rest before the night watches begin. We will leave in the morning at first light. It is not good to travel further south on Anduin at night, unless the need is considerable. The waters become treacherous the nearer you get to San Gabir. Let us rejoin our companions, Faline. It is a good fire and built quickly, Horn. Thank you, Corridan. The Elf Queen was right to send this guide with us, Faline. He knows the waters and how to keep a boat afloat, which is more than the daughter of Savolk knows. Were it up to me, I would lead us south on dry land, with springy turf underfoot and no fear of foundering. Nona lowers her voice, a rare event for the Dunlending woman. The boat isn't large enough to keep us from speaking, Faline, but as you saw, this horse lord managed to avoid addressing me in any way once we were on the river. If he has a grievance with me, tell him to air it so I may respond appropriately, with words or with Wadu's sword. I have become tired of his ability to look all around him, but not in any direction. Not in my direction, whatever direction that happens to be. You are fortunate to have friends among the elves, Faline. I would not want to make this journey without a guide, and Corridan appears to know what he is doing. But it is not seemly for a man of Rohan to mingle with elves, as you saw in Stangard. Of his kind, my people have little to say but this, long-lived and dangerous. They have more to say of the folk of Dunland, but none of its kind. None of it is kind, and I will not disturb the girl's ears with any of it. I regret Nona's ill welcome at Stangard when she had need of aid, though I understand its root. Her people and mine have a long and unhappy history. I have no quarrel with her personally, but our shared friends and duties make us allies, nothing more than that. We have some time before we should begin the night watches, Faline. Would you find some tale telling agreeable? I find that the weaving of a good story among companions around a fire can be a pleasant way to pass the time. Have a seat and listen, Faline. I will begin, and perhaps our companions will have a tale to share as well. I grew up in the Golden Wood, but I spent most of my time exploring the wilderness. My sister Sigleth stayed in Lorien for long years, but not in idleness. My skill was with the bow, but hers was with knives. She made them herself, and each was deadlier than the last. I returned from a journey once convinced I had become the greatest of archers. Is that so? I wager you cannot hit this wooden target from 50 paces. I accepted and strode 50 paces. When I turned to fire, I saw that my sister was right. She had hewn the target at its base, and it had fallen into the grass. We laughed and laughed. That is my tale. Do you have one to share, Faline? That cutscene would have been loud, but I was singing They're Taking the Hobbits to Isengard in an obnoxious volume. Nice. Let's see. Let's share the one of... What did you say? They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Wait, I have a sound for that. Let me see.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard!
I think I've got another one. Dun 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 dun. There's another one that's good.
Leave all that can be spared behind.
We travel light. Let Hansel walk.
Anyway, I will speak of the fords of Isen. I would be pleased to hear this tale, and I'm sure our companions would be as well. I have heard little of what goes on beyond the mountains. I'll begin. You speak of fighting alongside Prince Theodred at the fords of Isen. Rohirrim, our foes lie before us. Send them back to Saruman. You speak of his valiant last stand and of Morflax's death. After a time, you come to the end of your story. I shall go next. My tale concerns King Fengel of Rohan, the grandfather of Theoden King. It is a sad tale, given the happenings of late, but you may find it interesting. He's just called Horn. Yeah. King Fengel came to the throne when he was very young, and he ruled for 50 years. Though long, his rule was ill-starred. He was prone to greed and made many enemies. In the last winter of his reign, he was hunting north of the Entwade on a cold afternoon. An elderly woman stumbled into his camp. She was lost and hungry. A scrap of bread, if you please, my mighty lord. I am lost and cold and hungry. Who are you, crone, to beg for the crown? If you seek warm food in your belly, find some churl whose bed lies unwarmed. Or find some game and kill it yourself. King Fengel threw his own dagger at her feet and sent her away into the dark night. This is the kindness of the horse lords, is it? Horn did say Fengel was a foolish king. He did say that, and I say he spoke true, but it does not seem an uncommon trait among the horse lords. The king's men were horrified, and they searched for the woman. They found her at dawn, frozen to death at the foot of a tall boulder, the king's dagger still in her hand. She had carved a curse into the face of the stone, along with her name, Wergend. This is what she carved into the stone. Feckless Fengal, fool, I name thee. Grief shall be the get of thy greed. No lord of your line shall long live. Upon thy seat no son shall settle. Kin and kingdom your craving hath killed, until the might of the mark is mended. Wergend. Horn sighs heavily and continues. King Fengal was furious, and he ordered Wergend's body burned and the stone destroyed, but no man of his company could move her, and every hammer and mattock they set to the stone shattered on contact. King Fengal himself assailed the stone with his sword until the blade shattered, and a shard pierced his thigh. The wound festered, and King Fengal died of poisoned blood on the first day of spring. Many in Rohan thought the curse was ended, but now that Prince Theodred is gone, well, that is the end of the tale, for now. Spooky. I do not have the flowery words or turns of phrase that Corridan and this man Horn have, failing. I write my tale in the hide of my enemies, with Wadu's sword as my quill. I have no story to tell. Everyone has a story, Nona. What is the origin of the sword you bear? The horse motif is not of your people. The sword that came to my brother Wadu. He used it to slay a great beast. What was this beast? A large animal of some kind? A bear? It was a great Gwaiba, the mighty dragon spawn of the mountains. Can it be? I know of no such creature. There is much about my land and people you do not know. That may be so, Nona. I'm sorry if I have offended you. Your brother must have been a great man to defeat such a foe. He was. I think that is enough tale spinning for one night, Faline. I will take the first watch, and I will wake you when it is your turn. We will set it again for first light. We will leave at first light. For now, you should get some rest. In the morning, we will continue our journey down the Anduin.
Behold, the Argonath, the pillars of the kings.
Looks so cool, doesn't it? If it wasn't for that orc, this would be a good picture. Oh, there he goes. Print screened. Maybe I should do... That's almost perfect. Oh. I need to stop turning the camera around. Okay. There we go. I'll add that to the collection of pictures that I put on at starting stream.
How many lives of men did it take to fashion those great statues?
I'd never seen anything like it before.
The Argonath, the pillars of the kings. I have seen them often.
But even so, they still capture the breath as they emerge from the mist, do they not? I had a picture of them from the film on my phone screen for ages. I think they're really cool.
They are not my kings, but there is still something majestic about the twin statues.
Many songs have been sung about the men in whose likeness they are carved, and I know most of them by heart. I will not sing them now, there is too much we must do here.
Friends of yours came this way. Friends bearing a burden of some malice.
Horn speaks quietly, for what he has to say is meant for your ears alone. We spoke of a great many things on the boat, and I do not begrudge you for speaking in generalities. Okay. I do not begrudge you for speaking in generalities, but you told me enough to know your errand here is important. Friends of yours came this way, friends bearing a burden of some malice. Whatever they carried, it was sought by orcs, and perhaps others as well. We need to find out what happened to these friends of yours, and if their burden has been lost. Horn raises his voice to include the Rohirrim man standing nearby. This man saw our boat drifting down the river and hailed me from the shore. His name is Framric, and he has come with a party of Rohirrim from the world. I would have us help his people if they desire our help, but first we must prepare our own camp. Speak with Nona and Corodan for their thoughts, and then collect sticks for a fire. I will do the same.
I need your help if you can aid me.
I am Framric, a man of Rohan, proud and true, and I need your help. Orcs have crossed the river, and now they swarm throughout this land, all along the east wall of my homeland. I came south from the wold with a party of some 30 riders to investigate what could have drawn the orcs across the great river. When we arrived, the force was even larger than we expected, and they set upon us. We drove them away, but suffered many losses, and our camp is in disarray. My people could use your help to restore the camp and make safe the border of Rohan. Go to the southwest, near the passage into the Norcrofts. Make your presence known to my brothers if you wish to aid us.
I do not trust this Framric, but Horn wants us to help him.
I do not like the way he looks at me from out of his eyes corner. If he is not careful, I will teach him the way of my people with Madu's sword. But Horn wants us to help him. I do not understand this loyalty to the Horse Lords. They cast him out. He should hate them for that. I will not impose my beliefs upon him, but I do not understand his.
The Lady Galadriel entrusted me with knowledge of our true mission.
You spoke in general terms on the boat to Horn and Nona, but I know why we are really here, Valine. The Lady Galadriel entrusted me with knowledge of our true mission. I will not betray that trust. While we are here in the East Wall, I think it fine for us to help Framric's people. That is clearly what Horn desires, but we must also keep alert for signs of our mutual friends. They came to this land that we know. What happened to them then? That is a mystery, and it is one we must find the answer to and then help them if we can. But first, Horn is right. We need to gather sticks to make a campfire, or we will have a cold night. Right, I think I'm gonna take a short break and get a drink because my throat hurts. But I'll leave you with this view for now. Oh, I'll see you in a bit, Troy. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck with your thing. And see you in a bit. Yeah, I'll be right back. am back. I got an ice cold drink. Got some squash. It's very nice. Right, we've got to go. We've got to collect some sticks. And we've got to go and find the camp as well. We'll do that in a minute. I like to wait until the game points me there with other quests as well. Lots of deeds. It's cool seeing other people questing here as well. Especially when the server population is so low.
You found some. Good. And now remove the supplies from the boat.
You found enough sticks for our fire. Good. I will combine these with the ones Nona and Kurodan have found, and we will soon have a decent campfire. Will you remove the supplies from the boat so we can assess what we have left? You reach into the boat and remove the remaining supplies for apportioning. Let's see. I think we want... I guess we'll have these bacon wrapped flapjacks. Yeah. There are enough supplies for a short stay, and you divide them among the rest of your companions.
Hearth Gully may be a good place to begin our search.
I think it is good to help Framric while we can, but always keep your eyes open for the real reason we are here. As you pass southward through the woods of the east wall, remain alert for a grassy lawn alongside the Anduin. That peaceful space is called Path Galen, and it may be a good place to begin our search. Oh, that's all the way down there. I guess we should go and talk to these horse lords over there. And then continue this epic when we reach that area. Typical, I open the window and the street sweeper's back. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that they have to go up and down the street so many times. We've got some company. Don't worry, I'll handle it, everyone. No need to panic.
What business have you with the Rotary?
Oh, who leads this band? Mansig leads the company at the command of Harding, Reeve of the World. The Lord of Harwick is troubled by the report of Easterlings gathering in the Brownlands, but he cannot ignore whatever has brought so many orcs across the river into the East Wall. He charged Mansig with investigating the cause, and here we all came with as much haste as could be mustered. I see. From where did you come? This band is made of men from all reaches of Rohan, from Snowbourne in the Crofts and as far as north as Thornhope in the Entwash Vale. Most of us hail from Harwick, as does Mansig himself. It is my home as well. We rode south along the road when we were given this charge, stopping only at Floodwen to water our horses. We arrived at nightfall yesterday, and that is when the orcs set upon us. An orc ambush. How did the orcs surprise you? You may well ask that, and I imagine Mansig has asked Wilfirth and Radwolf that very question. We knew there were orcs in the East Wall. We knew they were here in great numbers, and still they managed to ambush us. I do not know how it happened. One moment we were making camp, and in the next we were beset by a raiding party of shouting orcs. He shudders. We were too confident in ourselves. We will not make that mistake again. Easy words. What can you tell me of this land? I will tell you the truth, friend. The Rohirrim do not like to come to this land. There were often orcs on the far side of the river, and small parties of the villains would cross in order to steal horses from the mark. Something has brought them across in far greater numbers in the past few days. I know not what. It has not improved my opinion of the place. I see.
You're here to help? Thank the Hammerhand for that.
We can use every pair of strong arms we can get. We rode from Harwick with enough men and horses to investigate the troubling reports of orc activity in the East Wall. But we were not prepared for what we found. As we began pitching our tents and unloading the supplies, we were set upon by a contingent of orcs. The battle was made the fiercer by its sudden joining, and though we drove off the enemy for a time, we suffered many losses. Ask me anything and I will tell you, but if you have a moment, could you see to the comfort of our wounded? Yes, I can do that. Saw to the comfort of injured Rohirrim.
You will find work here, if you seek it.
Thank you, Valine. Many of those men will need to be borne back to Harwick to rest from their injuries, but until we can return to the world, we must do what we can for them here. Ask me any questions you like, and I will answer as best I may. You will find work here if you seek it. We must recover from the orc attack and regain the initiative if we are to succeed in our errand. Oh my god, there's loads of quests here.
Give me 3 good archers from Snowbourne, and I could keep a dozen orcs at bay.
Even in poor light or foul weather, the bows of my people are well made, but it is the strength of a Rohirrim archer's arm and the sharpness of his eye that truly makes him dangerous. Orcs are different. Their bows are crudely fashioned, and they seek to make up for their poor training with numbers only. Still, an arrow fired poorly from hiding can pierce even the bravest man on occasion. Defeat archers throughout the East Wall, Valine, and bring me their bows for breaking. I do not want a stray arrow or even a single man more.
Several of my friends have gone missing. I have not seen them since the attack.
You heard about the orc attack, Valine. They fell upon us without warning, and we were trying to get this camp established. We are still trying to recover from it. Look around you. If the orcs attack again, we might not be as fortunate as we were the first time. Several of my friends have gone missing, and I have not seen them since the attack. Look for Langmanu and Swithlick somewhere in the East Wall, Valine. I am worried about them. Lang Manu is too proud to ask for help if he needs it, and Switlik is not as bold as he was in his youth. If my friends are lost and frightened, they will probably seek out the streams or falls that dot the landscape of the East Wall. Look for water, and you may be able to find out what happened to Lang Manu and Switlik.
Look at the state of this camp.
My men had not been here for an hour when a band of screaming orcs fell upon us. The walls were not yet up, and some of my warriors were away seeking firewood. The men of Rohan are made of stern stuff indeed, as are their hopes. We did not despair, though we were beset on all sides. My fighting men were able to keep the orcs at bay until my other warriors returned. Then it became a rout. Many of the orcs still lurk in the surrounding woods. If you are a friend to the men of Rohan, I ask you to remedy this blight upon the east wall. Wilfer tells me there are several types of orc in this area, of different sizes, or types, or loyalties. Orc, Uruk, it is all the same to me. Remove them, Faline, and I will count you a friend.
I am something of an expert on orcs.
You are here to help. Good. I trust Mansig, of course, but he did lead us into an ambush. He is my captain, and I will not forget it, but I have seen more of war than he has. You may have underestimated the orc threat here in the East Wall, but I will not. I am something of an expert on orcs, and have fought some 100 of the creatures. They come in all shapes and sizes, and the sharp eye can distinguish their differences as well. To many of my people, an orc is an orc, but I can see the subtle differences. I think we are dealing with several distinct tribes, Faline. Defeat orcs and uruks in the woods of the East Wall and collect arrows from their quivers. By studying them, I can determine what tribes we are dealing with here in the East Wall. Okay. I think I will milestone to here, so I'll be able to come back easily. I'm just gonna kill whatever's around here. Do we need to kill those hounds? Not yet, I think. No, not yet. I think that'll be one of the quests later on. We need to collect bows. So we need some ranged ones. Yeah, that doesn't count. Nope. This one counts. Oh, we're gonna have to kill this one anyway. And that's a skirmisher. We need one more ranged. There we go.
these things.
I knew the orcs cared little for the craft of bow making, but I did not expect them to be this crude. It is a wonder these bows do not fall apart in their filthy hands. Still, an arrow fired from one of these can still kill. We had best not forget that. I cannot bear to handle these bows any longer, Feline. Take them and throw them into the fire over there. The orcs will lose no more arrows at the Rohirrim from these crude things. Oh, and one more thing. Do not burn these bows in any of the cook fires. That would simply be offensive. Make sure the fire you choose is not being used to cook someone's meal. I've cast them into the fire.
Even the smoke of the burning smells foul.
Thank you for helping destroy those crude bows. Every blow to the orcs helps our chances of surviving here in the East Wall.
I have been known to lose my temper on occasion. It is true.
I have a confession to make to you, Feline. I know that I seem level-headed, as fine an example of a steadfast man of Rohan as you could hope to meet, but I have a secret. I have been known to lose my temper on occasion. Nay, look not with disbelief. It seemed that we would not be able to hold out against the orcs that ambushed us upon arriving at the East Wall, but we prevailed. As the orcs broke and fled for the safety of the trees, I loosed my prize red-fletched arrow at an orc's retreating back. I did not need to loose, but I was angered. I let that arrow fly, and I saw it pierce him in the leg, but he did not fall. He kept running, and he took my prized arrow with him. He ran to the south, Feline. Perhaps he followed the streams that flow out of and back into the East Wall, using them for guidance. Go that way and find his body, for surely he has succumbed to his injuries by now, and retrieve my prized arrow.
Very good. An
Oh,
enemy
hey,
of the
Raccoon.
orcs is a friend of mine.
How's it going? Very good. An enemy of the orcs is a friend of mine, Feline. There is more to be done, however.
These searchers are looking for something.
Orcs are mindless and bloodthirsty, and I have fought enough of the villains to know what drives them. They are simple creatures, driven only by hatred for the good people of the Mark. A shadow crosses Mansig's honest face and he pauses. And yet, there is something unusual about these orcs. Something I have not seen before. My scouts report that they have seen orcs crouched in the woods, clearly looking for signs of something. It is not the location of my camp, for they already know where it lies. Nay, they seek something else. Find these searchers and defeat them, Feline. If there is something the orcs want to find, it is important for my men and my homeland that they not find it.
Let me see the arrows you have collected.
Doing good apart from the weather being hot as it is. Oh yeah, it's been really warm here as well. It feels like it's getting hotter every year. Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. I think this is my first stream for a few months. Because I've just been really busy. But it's nice to be doing it again. I'm trying to make it more of a hobby because I was making it too serious before, I think. And I don't want it to be serious. I want it to just be for fun. Let me see the arrows that you have collected. Ah, yes. This is what I suspected. Wilfirth holds out a pair of the short arrows for you to inspect. The length of the shaft is a clue to its origin. This arrow was designed to fly a short distance fairly accurately. It is of the type used by orcs of Mordor and is primarily a skirmisher's arrow. It is well suited to combat amongst the trees of the East Wall and would be less of a threat upon the plains of Rohan. The danger of the orc that fires this arrow is the danger of surprise. If you know he is there, he will be less effective. Wilfirth presents to you a pair of much longer arrows. These are more troubling. The length of the arrow tells me it is to be used with a much larger bow, drawn by a stronger arm. The Uruk that fires this arrow expects it to travel much further than those fired by his orc brothers. This is an arrow ideal for combat on the plains of my homeland, and I fear it was designed for that purpose. The orcs and uruks in the east wall are equipped for different purposes, Faline. They possess different goals, but I can tell you one thing they share at least. They hate us, and all are our enemies.
Is it possible for the various tribes of Orc and Uruk to work together, as men do?
Gosh, there's so much text. There's so many quests and they're all really long. But it's fine. Let me just have another drink. Okay. They may not be working together, Faline, but the various tribes of orcs and uruks here in the East Wall are each our enemies. It is possible for them to set aside their differences. Wait. Is it possible for them to set aside their differences and work together, as men do? I am afraid it is. We must oppose them all, wherever we can. During the orc ambush that greeted us shortly after our arrival here, I saw an orc from Mordor carrying a high-quality sword. It was not of orc make, their weapons are crude and ugly, but this blade caught the light and seemed to shine as the orc swung it around him in deadly arcs. It is not right for such a weapon to languish in the hands of an orc. I did not see this orc after the battle, so he must have escaped into the east wall somewhere. Find him and take the sword from him, Faline. Many of the retreating orcs fled to the northeast. Begin your search there, at the camp the Mordor orcs have established between here and the Wold. Okay, I think we... Oh. We need to kill the searchers here, and then we'll need to go north. Honestly, sometimes I just read these quests and it just goes in one ear and out the other, and I don't fully take in like what I'm actually going to be needing to do next. It's quite funny. Oh, I think I'm done. Let's go up to the top and get that other one, and then we'll just use the milestone to get back. The XP gain is really low because I don't have any difficulty on. So I really am going to be capped at 40%. Because I feel like I've done loads of quests, but I've actually barely done any of my bar down here. I've basically only got the VIP bonus bit done. Where is this orc? I don't think I can get up here. Burly orc. Well, that's the one. Collected the stolen sword. Let's just take the milestone back. I thought we were doing the arrow one, but that must be one of the other quests.
Ah, you did it. I will hold on to the sword for now.
Very good, Faylene. It brings joy to my heart to know that Orc will no longer wield the stolen sword. Now, who did he steal it from, I wonder? Wilfeth takes the blade and examines it carefully. I would say it is from Gondor, though it does not have much in the way of ornamentation. I will hold on to it for now. It could use a good cleaning. Perhaps it will drink Orc blood again, as it was intended to do. Thank you, Faylene. By wresting it from the clutches of that Orc, you have restored a measure of this blade's dignity.
You do not think I remained here in idleness, do you? Because I did not.
I went hunting as well, but I did not hunt stag or elk or fowl. Nay, my hunt was for the foes of my people, the Orc and the Uruk. In the woods I found two such creatures discussing a recent battle. I thought they spoke of the Orc ambush that troubled this very camp, but then they spoke of a mighty hero that cut down dozens of their number. At that moment I leaped from the concealing bushes and slew them, shouting, "To your sorrow he returns!" Afterwards, I decided they probably spoke not of me, but of another. There is another glade to the far southeast of here, at a narrow place between the cliffs and the great lake. That might be the one of which they spoke. Go there and see what there is to see. I want to know what happened to this hero, mightier even than Wilfeth.
I do not need to know what they were looking for to be glad they have not found it.
You did well, Faylene. Keep aiding my men. What is good for Rohan is good for all people of this land. Excuse me. Right. Let's go to Lost Friends. From what I remember, there aren't really that many quests around this bit. So then after this we'll be able to move up to the wold. Yeah. And then we can go and do the intro quests. What game is this? Well, you'll be able to tell me it's not WoW. You point Langmanu in the direction of the camp. How's your day going, Kizrian? You point Svitlik in the direction. I forgot that these were horses. I thought I was gonna find people. Oh dear. It's long. It'll be over soon. Yeah. Not too long to go. What have you got? An hour and 25 minutes? Before the entrance to a dark cave lies the body of a fallen orc. It seems to have succumbed to its wounds before reaching the dark safety of the cave mouth. Embedded in its leg you find a red fletched arrow. This must be Utlak's prize arrow, which you take. Let's have a look in here as well. Look at this cute little bog lurker. Adorable.
Orcs and insects. Insects and orcs.
If I were studying either of these things, this cave network would be a dream come true. But sadly I'm not. My studies are more esoteric than these trivialities, but they are endangered by the dangers in this place. My friends have a camp near the grassy lawn of Parth Galen, if you know where that is. and they have decided the orcs in the east wall are too dense for us to proceed northwards. I left them to discuss what to do next and found my way to these caves. Why not explore while they determine the next course of action? I learned quickly that the water is very treacherous. Try not to fall in, because you will not come back out. I entered this cave network from what must have been the southernmost entrance, and from my exploration it appears that there are 3 entrances to this network, as well as 3 side tunnels. Explore those 3 side tunnels and tell me what you find, and I will reward you with the twin gifts of knowledge and of gratitude, and perhaps a more monetary gift as well. I think because that one's at level 77, I think I might just like leave that for now, because I have a feeling that we're gonna have to go back in there for something else, and I think I'd rather just come back to it later on. I'm not sure if we should go down or back up, but my milestones finish the cooldown, so I might as well just go and hand these in.
You found my friends.
Langmanu and Swiftlick are both fine and found their way back here, thanks to you. It seems to me that you are a good woman to have around.
It is my duty to see to the needs of our horses.
It is a task I relish, for I know its importance. The success of our mission depends in no small part on them. When Langmanu and Svitlik fled from the orcs, their saddlebags must have fallen from their backs. They did not return with them. I kept much of their feed in those bags. Search the woods between this camp and where you found my friends southeast of here for their fallen saddlebags. Food is not enough. They will need water as well, but I do not trust the streams here. Too many orc boots muddying the waters. You saw a waterfall on your way to rescuing my friends, I know, but there are a lot of dead orcs lying in that stream. If you follow the river upstream, though, where the water flows from much higher ground, perhaps you can get fresh water from the waterfall before it flows past those bodies. Take this water skin and fill it at that waterfall. That way my friends will have fresh, clean water to drink. I feel like horses need a lot more water than a water skin could hold.
You say the orc died in front of a cave entrance?
Unless it's like a massive one. Is it like a huge... It's like... If it's like a sack, then I suppose. You found it. Ah, look at this arrow. It is the very best one I possess. And it was foolish of me to loose it as I did, but I was angered. Thank you for returning it to me. I will use more care in the days ahead not to waste it. I want to make sure it is spent on a worthy opponent, not on some retreating orc. You say the orc died in front of a cave entrance. I am curious about this cave you discovered. What more can you tell me of it?
We don't know what might lie within that cave, but that fleeing orc wanted to get there.
I think you should go back to the cave mouth and investigate. You should finish helping out around the camp first, of course. I do not want to deprive my friends of your aid, Felu. Go investigate the cave once everyone here is satisfied and our camp is prepared for whatever the orcs may have in store for us. So he's basically saying
my friends
to
need their food
do
and some water as well.
this one. Am I gonna have to just... Works? Where are these saddlebags? Of course they're up there. I should have picked those up first, but I got excited. You guys know how I love to jump off things. the other ones? There's the other one. Oops. But where's the third one? Oh, there it is. That is a lot of bodies. This is a bit weird. Is it not gonna... How do I get this quest to progress? I thought I would just have to stand here and then it would come up with something. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go down to the other side. We can go and find Dead Orc Glade because that's really close by. And they said to do the other quest first anyway. Elf Arrow. Your eye is drawn to a curious sight. An arrow delicately made, finely crafted and prepared with obvious care. It is an arrow of elf make. As you study it, you wonder if there is anyone nearby who might be able to shed some light on how it came to be here. Clearly its owner was fighting orcs, but where did this mysterious friend go? You discover a glade full of dead orcs. What happened here? Corpse of Uruk. Can I not do anything with that? Sir Luke.
If you come any closer, I will cut you.
The Uruk sputters, coughing up blood, and grits his teeth together. He tries to reach the blade lying nearby, but it is just out of his reach. You must be a friend of his, the one who did this. The Uruk laughs, a guttural sound, and coughs up more black blood. I'll make you a deal, woman. Find one of my kind and take a bladder of grog from him. Bring it to me, and I will tell you what happened here. Do it, maggot, or leave me to die, and you will never know what happened. The Uruk scowls, and I will know if it's been lying around next to a corpse, so bring me a fresh one. Oh, so do I have to kill an orc? Okay, I do. Bloodstain on a tree. A dark stain discolours the bark of a solitary oak at the outskirts of a glade filled with the bodies of dead orcs. The sight of blood is unmistakable. But whose blood was it? And where did the wounded warrior go? Someone who has seen many battles in war might be able to shed some light on what happened here. I can't do anything with that.
Give it here.
Oh, hey Skybird, how are you doing? Nice to see you. The dying Uruk takes a gulp from the grog, and it seems to reinvigorate him. Ah, that did the trick. That's the stuff. You want to hear what happened here?
You want to know what happened here?
I was lying here, cut down in battle and left for dead. And an orc came running by, and he just reached down and stole my purse of gold. I was too hurt to keep him from taking it. A pox on the maggot-faced slime. You track him down, woman. He ran off to the southeast. He would want to find high ground. You'll know him by the scavenged and mismatched armour he wears. Get my gold back. He laughs weakly. Only then will I tell you what else happened here. Ha ha! I guess we're gonna have to go and catch this orc. I think it leads to a session play. Where's the more elf arrows? But I think it all leads to that same quest that we've already picked up. Okay, we've got the gold. Now he'd better tell us what happened. This is awkward, isn't it?
Zerlook can reach even from the grave for his vengeance.
You found it. Well done. Zerlook's laughter is interrupted by a fit of coughing, but he does not seem to mind. Ah, it feels good to have my gold again. No one steals from me and lives, even if I must get vermin like you to carry out my will. But you wanted to hear the tale of what happened at this place, and now I will tell it to you.
This is the tale, and may it rot your innards slowly.
If you are a friend to he who decorated this glade, it will bring you no comfort. Zerlook bares his teeth in a grin. I was with Urgluk's company of Isengarders, and my orders were to capture halflings. Alive, unspoiled, and unsearched it was. I asked no questions, and no one with sense would have either. Orders are orders. We found 2 of the little worms. They bit, they did, and stabbed at us with sharp knives. Killed some of us not far from here. But some of the boys picked them up. They struggled, but they had no strength. We made it to this glade when... Zerlook's body is racked by another fit of coughing.
We had to fight.
Oh, what's... I think you can read that book instead of actually doing this.
We had to fight.
Once his coughing subsides, Zerlook continues with his account. He came charging out of the trees, a man possessed his sword. His sword whirling around him in a wide arc. We had to fight. He killed many of us, and we had to retreat. We doubled back on him as he made his way down the hill, and in the company of many archers. Zerlook's laughter bubbles out of him noisily. He gave me this gash across my belly, and I fell here. I pretended to be dead. The warrior did not last much longer than that. He was still alive when his friends arrived, but... Selig's breath has gone ragged, and he still has enough life to look up at you slyly.
The warrior had friends. A man, an elf, and a dwarf.
They were preparing to carry the warrior away when... Selig grins. When Ugluk's boys circled around and slew them all. The elf loosed all of his arrows, see them all around, and the dwarf killed many, but it was no use. They joined their friend in death. That is my tale. Now leave me to die. I am content. I'm not sure that he was telling the truth. Let's go down to this this stable master down here. And then we can come and go. A discarded pack in the grass catches your eye. Where? Where? Oh dear. Examine the discarded pack. Why did it say come over here? Oh, that's weird. Let's just go. Let's just go over here.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
Right, I will be right back. Oh, we're on the other side now. I'll stay away from the orc. Hello, I am back. Oh! Oh, that's weird. My chair, like, keeps deciding to go all the way down for some reason. Nope, that's too low. Okay, that's better. How weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh my god, it's still too low. What the hell? Oh, it's not. Oh shit. Why is this happening? Okay, I think it stopped doing it. No, it's still doing it. Fuck. Okay. This is so annoying because I paid a lot of money for this chair. I'll be right back again. Let me just see what I can do. Okay, I think I've sorted out the problem. Adjustable chairs do have their ups and downs. I've like locked it, but that doesn't solve the issue because I like to lean back on it, and that means I can't lean back on it. It just keeps like going down. It won't stay up. Oh well, maybe it's got a warranty or something. Maybe I'll be able to cash in on it. What have we got around here? So that's the shortened account. But there's meant to be a discarded pack. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'll be able to play as Boromir. I mean, the shortened account's fine, like, when you've done it so many times, but...
Something happened to our mutual friends. The signs of it are everywhere in the East Wall. But did the danger come from without their number? Or within?
It's nice to read the quest while I'm streaming it. I love all their names here. We've got Aragorn, the elf, the dwarf, Frodo's servant, that halfling, and the other halfling. I love it. I understand, Boromir, but you know the words of Gandalf. Though there be strength in Minas Tirith, it is not a strength that will avail us in the matter of Frodo's burden. If this were a contest that could be won by strength of arms, I would readily agree to go at once to your city, but I fear it is not. When Frodo returns, he will give us his decision, and we will do what we can to support him, will we not? Aragorn does not understand. My city needs the ring to survive. I believe we should go to Minas Tirith, Boromir. If it came to a vote, that would be my decision. You have told us of the enemy's desire to destroy Minas Tirith, and I think that is where we are most needed. But I will stand with Frodo, whatever his decision. The elf is a valuable companion, but his arrows are nothing compared to the power of the ring. If Boromir hadn't been tempted, things might have been worse. Yeah, because we don't know... Because they might not have broken up, would they? I am still here. Hey, droid. And I'm still in the same place. Now I'm Boromir. That was me earlier. I hope your thing went well. You are very kind, Boromir, but I have seen no danger. If there are orcs about, they must remain on the other side of the river. I have simply been walking and thinking about what I must do. Sorry, he just looks very dirty, doesn't he? But it is not an easy decision to make. I know what I must do, but I am afraid. Frodo has not yet made his decision. Perhaps he can be convinced. Yeah, you get to play both sides. It's cool, isn't it? It's really cool. They all go to Mordor. Rohan gets destroyed, then no Rohan to rescue Gondor. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. Because without the breaking of the Fellowship, Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli wouldn't go to Rohan, and then they wouldn't be able to protect Rohan in the Helm's Deep battle. And then Aragorn probably wouldn't have gone into the Path of the Dead either. Very interesting. I know Minas Tirith is endangered, Boromir, but I cannot bring the ring there. You heard what Gandalf said at the council. In Elrond, my road lies to the east, and to the fire. The ring cannot save Gondor. Its only power is the power to destroy. He is not listening. Elves and wizards have already filled his head with nonsense. Boromir, it is my burden, and I will not give it to you. You are not yourself. The ring has influenced your words. Do not let it influence your actions as well. I have nothing more to say to you. He is a fool. He will doom us all. He will give the ring to Sauron. Boromir, no! The ring cannot save Gondor. It must be destroyed. Boromir, no! Do not do this! The fool has doomed us all. Let's search these leaf piles. A curse on the halflings. Where has Frodo gone? Is he hiding here? A pox on all hobbits. Where is the cowardly creature? Oh, maybe he's over here. Show yourself, villain! Where is the ring? He is not here. Where is the ring? Oh, the anger passes like a sudden storm. You should return to the camp. Here's something to consider. What if Galadriel, through her mirror, already knew how important Boromir's tempting was? Well, she would have let it happen anyway then, wouldn't she? If she could see the outcome. But then I think that she doesn't really... She just sort of uses it because it's interesting to her. Like, she doesn't seem to want to sway events. It is interesting. Frodo is nowhere to be seen. Boromir, what have you done? We must divide into pairs, and carefully. No, wait, come back! Frodo! Frodo! Whoops. Things would have been fine if that halfling had just given me the ring. Silly hobbits. Are you where Boromir gets the ring? Tracks in the dirt reveal a great number of running feet past this way. Do we need to keep doing it, or can we just... Okay, we can just go. I'll just pick up this quest, though.
My name is Rodwin, and I am a champion of Gondor and an adventurer for hire.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. I think there's quite a lot of Lord of the Rings fanfics. Well met, woman. My name is Rodwen, and I am a champion of Gondor and an adventurer for hire. I have come north from Gondor with my friends in search of glory and coin, not necessarily in that sequence, but now we have run into some trouble. We lost Cuilin not long after leaving Caer Andros. He was a minstrel and did not understand the need for silence at a crucial moment. Our guardian, as staunch as dwarf as I have ever known.
Time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
Oh! Solus, thank you so much for the raid. How's it going? How was your stream? What were you playing? Tell me all the things. Boromir takes Frodo's ring explicit. all the flags, all the warnings. Oh dear. Right, where were we? Our guardian, the staunchest dwarf as I've ever known, has been captured by orcs, and Isteron seems to have just wandered off. He is a lawmaster, so I suppose we should have expected it. He gets interested in the strangest of things and tends to follow that interest wherever it leads him, which is usually away. We could use your help if you offer it. Introduce yourself to Hestil over there before she goes even more grey with worry. Come speak to me again afterward, and I will answer any of your questions.
Yes? Are you here to help us?
Megavonen. Come from the warfront of Gundabad, being a knight of Dol Amroth. Ah, well met. Nice to see you. Welcome to my stream. Sorry you got raided, the first thing I see is my comment. That's fine. I think actually Twitch has changed so that it shows comments like from before you enter now. Because I think I joined streams now and I see comments before I've entered, like several. I don't know how far back it goes though. I used to be good at making Lotro characters until the lore master closed down the apothecary where I sewed the parts together. Wait, what? What? What's this Frankenstein thing you speak? My guardian is nearly 139. Oh my gosh, well done. So I'm trying to get to the new Gondor content. The character is entirely themed to Dol Amroth, as is my backstory. Oh, that's really cool. I want to do the new content, but the problem is that my highest level character in Lotro is like 120 or something like that. I haven't played them in a long time because I normally play on Larolin, but at the moment I've been playing on Treebeard for like probably a while. Since Treebeard started, I've been playing on Treebeard, so maybe a few years. I don't know how old Treebeard is, but I pretty much moved to Treebeard because I wanted to do the difficulty stuff. Funnily enough, I'm playing a character at the moment which doesn't have a difficulty on because this is my chill character. Yeah. I just finished Mordor, and in the epic I think I'm in like the dwarf places. It should be on here. No, I'm not here yet. No, this doesn't look right. I think Vales of Anduin is the next place I need to go on my Laurelin character. Yeah, because this is 120 from what I remember. Takes a bit of doing then after that. Yeah, the Vales of Anduin. It does look nice. I really want to get questing there. But every now and then I just get really put off because of all the lag on the live servers. But apparently that's gonna get fixed quite soon, I think. Because they said that they found the sources of the lag. It's hard tied to the lore and also the Hobbit. Oh, nice! That sounds like it's gonna be really good then. If the new Mariner class is VIP only, will it be a Submariner? Is it actually a Mariner? Is that what the new class is? I'd be curious to see what the graphics upgrade. Ooh, what? Graphics upgrade? Sorry, I don't know what noise I just made. I saw graphics upgrade and got excited. Because I thought there wasn't going to be a graphics upgrade. Maybe not ever. Or in a very far future. They said up to 4K. Interesting. As long as they do a UI overhaul as well. I mean, I love the UI, but if you go into 4K, it's really tiny. I think it could do with an upgrade. Astandor is when I use a door. Gondor is when there's no door. Oh yeah, a lot of people do use plugins. I think I tried using one once and then it didn't really... It was useful, but I found it Cause you have to update them, don't you? I think I just couldn't be bothered. I'm just too lazy. The only one, I do use one actually, because I use one to make the map the right size. And also for the, to make this dressing room bigger. Because I love doing the outfits. It's one of my favourite things about the game. Anything else about the new class is speculation. I see. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be Corsairs. The older UI skins work fine. Oh, okay. 12. Oh my gosh. I've seen some of them look quite cool with like different skins. Like I've seen Rohan ones and Hobbit ones, which look quite pretty. Astrandor. Oh! Sorry. That flew over my head. I tried to use a Hobbit skin on my UI, but I had to stop as the Hobbit kept screaming. Oh no. It worked when you explained it. It wasn't awful. That's harsh. It just went over my head, that's all. I'm just gonna read this quick. Yes, are you here to help us? Hestel listens as you offer her your aid, and then she nods curtly. Well, we'll see how much help you can be, Feline. We ran into trouble not long after we left Caer Andros, but that was only the start. These lands were supposed to be deserted, but now they are anything but empty. Orcs have poured across the river in great numbers, and we find further passage north to be much more difficult than we planned. And now our guardian has gotten himself captured.
I need everyone to be ready before we can rescue our captive guardian.
Oh my gosh. Look at all these quests we're gonna have to do. I should be sniped. No. The mariners are suggested to use songs on their enemies. This may also mean ship use. But we're also getting river hobbits as a new race option. Oh yeah, I think I saw river hobbits somewhere, but I don't know anything else. They showed off sketches of the furniture and things that'll be available, cosmetics. Ooh, that'll be cool. Is it that we're gonna get premium hobbit housing next? Since we're gonna have river hobbits. After that, I would really like elven premium housing. That would be awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the aren't there hobbits? I thought there was some hobbits like by the river somewhere. Not up here. I'm not sure. To be honest, even if they did yeah, I was thinking Anduin, but I wasn't sure if that was right. Even if they did the river hobbits in... Sorry. Even if they did premium housing in the Shire, that would be cool. I know some of it's spoilers. Do you think they could put premium houses where you're thinking? The music using mariners summon attack fish like Tuna and bass. Bass? So, oh, that would be cool then. With the mariners, are they gonna be like? Does that mean we're gonna be sort of bard, even though there's a minstrel? Do you think they're gonna have skills like that? It's kind of difficult because they need to make them unique. Draftley Broadshield has been a loyal companion and true, though through many dangerous days. The very best guardian I've ever known. He has saved the lives of every member of this band many times over. Well, except for Ramdir, but he joined us only recently. And perhaps Maidel, who is able to fade into the background whenever danger threatens. And Rodwen generally can take care of herself, but he has saved some of us from time to time. Anyway, we cannot leave Draftley to the torment of the orcs that have imprisoned him. We need to organise a rescue, but first I need everyone to be ready for such a dangerous task. Help Kufaron ready a new path for us to take. Convince Randir that we are safe for now. Find Isteron and get his mind back to where it belongs. And what am I forgetting? Aye, our burglar. Find Maidel and help her come up with a plan to save Draftley. That is a lot to accomplish, but we will be in your debt, Feline. Oh well, if they'll be in my debt, let's do it.
My name is Kufaron, and I am a hunter of great skill. Ask anyone.
I feel there'll be more adventuring sailor types. Ironically, Dolama fits the idea very well as they're all mariners by lineage. It could always use sea-based wind and water attacks for a start. Yeah. I imagine them as like pirate kind of class. They're gonna use cutlasses, right? Because you've got that. Then there's a weapon right there. Greetings to you, hunter. My name is Kufaron and I am a hunter of great skill. Ask anyone. I will not regale you with tales of my many accomplishments, but if you are not careful, I fear my companions might. Isteron was always very impressed with my stories of the lands to the distant east. Great beasts and dangerous birds can be found there, and I have hunted them all. Rodwen might speak of my prowess in the Southlands. Do you know those mighty four-legged monstrosities, the great Mumakil? Kufaron quickly shakes his head as you ask if he hunted one of those. Nay, not as such, but I saw one in the distance. But still, you have not seen one, have you? The hunter regains his composure. There are a lot of vile dogs around the East Wall, and I do not think they are creatures of nature. The Rohirrim call them swert hounds, and they seem to me to be quite evil. You should hunt them, as I plan to do. I think they could cause trouble for us if they get too near to our camp. Hey, Manix. How's it going? Welcome. The mariner will probably use blunt swords as they cut less. Brilliant. Oh, she's got lots to say. I don't think we need to do that one.
Shortly after we arrived in the East Wall, I lost my prized sword to the orcs.
Shortly after we arrived in the East Wall, I was set upon by orcs and barely escaped with my life. There were perhaps a dozen of the creatures, and though I gave better than I got, there were simply too many. My greatest shame is not that I retreated, Feline, but that I lost my sword as I did so. I have borrowed this old thing from Hestil, but it is not as good as a sword of my own, a high-quality blade from Gondor. It is probably in the hands of some orc now. If you could find it and return it to me, I would be indebted to you. I do not even know where to begin such a search, Feline. There are so many orcs throughout the East Wall. It could be any of them, if the orc that took it even remains in this land. And we've got one over here.
Well met, friend. My name is Ramdir, and I am a warden of Minas Ithil.
Another mariner, another misfortune. As long as they don't kill any albatross, they'll be alright. Well met, friend. You are a hunter, unless I missed my guess. I thought so. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ramdir, and I am a warden of Minas Ithil. We seek to keep alive the memory of the Tower of the Moon and the virtues that it represents. There are few of us left in these dark days, but that makes our change all the more important. I have travelled with this band of adventurers ever since I met them at Caer Andros to the south. Our goals are not precisely aligned, but I could not make the journey north on my own, and they professed a need for another protector on the road. I did not know how badly they needed it. They have not done the first thing for ensuring their safety at this camp. It is common cause enough for now. Do you see the great rock out there in the water? It is called Tol Brandir by the elves, but to men of my kind, it is the Trindrock. It is said to be unclimbable, but I worry that an orc archer could do some hurt if he managed to make it a perch. Swim out to the Trindrock and circle it once, looking for sign of an orc presence. It would make me feel more secure, friend. Let's go into that one. Kill Albert Ross? What's Mr. Ross ever done to you? No, don't! Don't do it. Otherwise, you'll be cursed. You know how that poem goes. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Or something like that. Unless that... Wait, I think that's a Lotro quest. Oh, I don't know. There's that poem about Mariner, and they kill an albatross and then they're doomed. You have swum out to and discovered the Trindrock called Tol Brandir by the elves. Corpse of drowned orc. The waterlogged body of an orc floats here. Judging from the state of the corpse and its position lodged up against the steep cliff, this orc sought to climb the Trindrock, but failed. If he did not hit the cliff during his rapid descent, the impact with the water was enough to finish his attempt. You're confident it also put an end to any other orc designs on climbing the Trindrock. It seems as unclimbable as Ramdir hoped it would be. Is it just a big rock? Yep, it's just a big rock. Such a terrible assault cannot go unanswered. It cannot be left unanswered. Isn't that the same thing? Pretty sure that's the same thing. Oh, I don't have my speed buff on. It's because of all those session plays.
You say the orcs have not managed to climb the Trindrock.
That is good. It would be a devastating perch from which they could rain arrows upon my companions. These are good people, Faline, even if they care more for glory and coin than the ideals of the wardens of Minas Ithil. However, they are not cautious enough by half. I will stand by them for as long as our paths are the same, but I tell you true, I will fear for their safety once we go our separate ways.
There is a massive orc presence on Amon Hen.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. I'm doing Darkness Dungeon narrator quotes. Oh, okay. I haven't played that game. How much do you know of this area, Faline? 2 hills rise on either side of the river, and between them the torrent descends at Ruros. You can hear the falls from quite far away, such is the power of his voice, as it echoes between the slopes of the hills. The names of these hills are Amon Hen on this side of the river, and Amon Lor on the other side. There are great stone seats on the crest of each hill, the seat of seeing on Amon Hen, and the seat of hearing on Amon Lor. In days of old, great kings came to sit in those high places, and much was revealed to them. There is a massive orc presence upon Amon Hen just to the east of here. Climb the hill, defeating as many of the orcs as you can, and stand at the summit. If you look across the river, you may be able to see if Amon Lor is host to a similar orc presence. That will tell me with what we may deal. Why is it giving me hints again? It's weird. Right, we've got loads of quests to do, so let's carry on with this epic one. We've got to follow these tracks. Where's the next one? Slain Uruk in the southern part of the glade catches your attention. Ooh, we get to Boromir again. My favourite line is, "Ruin has come to our family. I use it when I am beset by the most minor of inconveniences, like dropping a pen." That's funny. You only stream Lotro at time I share a tweet. Let's have a look. It's only you. You are the one. One from your dreams. Oh, am I the only one streaming Lotro? Isn't that kind of funny? Oh, I am. Why is this? Why is this? I thought this was a popular game. I guess everyone's just busy. It is Tuesday afternoon after all. Let's do this session play. That is weird though, usually there are a few people streaming Lotro. Like, all the time.
Someone cut a mighty swath through the Uruks in the east wall. But was it enough to save our mutual friends from certain death?
I don't think I ever see just one person streaming it. I usually see like 3 or so. That's a cool emote. The hobbits need your help, Boromir. Thank you, Boromir. He came out of the woods in that direction, Boromir, and it sounds like he was not alone. You're struck by the hobbit's suddenly fierce countenance. They look so much like children, yet you begin to see some of the resolve of which Gandalf spoke. We have to find Frodo, Boromir. If you had some cause in his disappearance, help us now and make it right. This way. We've got to find Frodo. Merry, what's happening? I don't know what these do, I'm just clicking them. They all do something, don't they? I think they're all just damage. This is bad, Pip. Do you think the orcs have found Frodo? It sounds like there are a lot of orcs in the woods, Boromir. Boromir, help! You're the one from my dreams. Wait. You're the one from my dreams. Stare at the orcs' faces. They're from our nightmares. Boromir, you hurt? Merry, he does not look well. Stay close to Boromir, Pippin. Breached armor. Oh dear. The Emperor likes to dream about balloon-faced abominations. He does. Which is kind of funny because Sean Bean's in that game. You need aid. You must blow the horn of Gondor. There are too many. The orcs seem endless. How can we hope to fight them all? We are not as strong as you, Boromir. Merry has shown them a thing or two, but I just cannot do it. I cannot fight anymore. There are just too many of them. Shakes Is Boromir a has-been? His mind's eye is rendered in creation engine. He's been shone out of existence. Where is Strider? He must have heard the horn. Mary, I think Boromir tires. What are we going to do? I don't know, Pip. I remember when I first did this one, it was a bit harder. Session plays used to be more difficult. Need to let your allies blow the horn of Gondor once more. I don't think anyone's coming, Pip. But Creation Engine is the outdated engine Bethesda won't stop using. Hasn't been updated for since 1996. No, they're using a new engine for Starfield, as far as I know. I'm sure I remember them saying, because I was like, oh my gosh, that's a huge thing. That's a huge deal. I might be wrong. This fallen Uruk is barely alive, but the mark of the white hand on his armour is unmistakable. Seize the halfling, he moans, his wounds bubbling painfully. These Uruks are here for Frodo. You have to stop them. Boromir! Oh no! Boromir, get up! Merry, come on, we have to go, Boromir! Pippin, I think this is it. Are you ready? I suppose, Merry. It is our turn to protect you now, Boromir. The Shire! For Frodo! Sad. Creation Engine 2. Yeah. If there is an edge around the Starfield, will it be a Skyrim? Oh dear. Boromir's demise was harrowing. You went straight to the point with that one, didn't you? I wonder where they're going to take these hobbits. I wonder.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard!
Since no one else was gonna do it, I had to. God, God, God. There is one more session play. Let's go and find it. I've got lots of other of the what am I saying? I've got lots of other voice clip thingies, sound effects in the points. A lot of them I recorded in the game to include because they're really funny. Everything has gone wrong today. What is a hobbit to do? What are these? Did we used to have tokens to do session plays? Whenever someone tried to go to the toilet in Middle Earth. Wait, what?
Those footprints are hobbit-sized. What became of our mutual friends?
You
on
shall
that
not
dangerous day?
pass. Why do these happen? Why do you look so worried, Sam? You heard what Aragorn said. Frodo is just going to think about what to do for an hour, and then he'll come back, and we'll all set off in whatever direction he's decided. We've got a job to do after all. I'm sure Frodo will come up with something. I say we call Frodo back and have a vote. My vote is for Minas Tirith. We will go wherever Frodo goes, won't we, Sam? That's what we decided, even before we knew the far-off lands through which his road would take him. But nothing has changed, has it? That is my vote as well, but if Frodo chooses otherwise, I will go with him. I will follow Frodo, no matter his choice. It would be a betrayal to do anything else. It would be, if we all deserted him, but I propose something different. I think Frodo should go east with 3 companions, myself, Gimli and Sam. Boromir should return to his own city with Legolas and Meriadoc and Pippin. Peregrine. What? No! No! I know it isn't easy for your friends to hear, Sam, but I think it is the best course. Frodo has probably come to the same realization, that both ways are desperate. He may in fact be trying to decide which way is most desperate in order to make his choice more clear. You think Aragorn may not fully understand your master, and apologetically tell him that Frodo probably has no intention of going to Minas Tirith at all. He intends to go east to Mordor, but he's afraid for those of the company that go with him. You may be right, Sam. The hour is just about up. We should call for him. Boromir, where have you been? Have you seen Frodo? Well, yes. And no. I saw him a ways up the hill, and I urged him to come with me to Minas Tirith. Oh, Elbereth. Oh no, why would he do that? I grew angry and he vanished. I've never seen anything like it. Is that all you have to say, Boromir? How long has it been since you saw him? Deserted him. Turn him into a trifle. Minas Tirith sounds like a soup to me. It has been half an hour, perhaps, or maybe an hour. I do not know. I do not know. Aye, he needs our aid. Gimli, let us find Frodo. An hour? Frodo, Frodo! We must divide into pairs. Wait, come back. Boromir, I do not know what part you played in this, but redeem yourself now. Keep those hobbits safe. Sam, stay with me. We must not get separated. Aragorn's got long legs. Hold on a minute, Sam, you say to yourself. This is a time for plain old hobbit sense. Frodo can't fly, and he has no gear, so he needs to get back to the boats. Eastern Citadel has plenty of seabirds, as it has more gull. Minas Morgul. One of the boats is missing. Frodo's already taken it. Is this it? Frodo appears before you. He was wearing the ring and now he has removed it. Sam, what a nuisance you are! Don't you know you can't really swim? What would you have done if I had not grabbed you? He shakes his head in an exasperated way. Sam, I need to go to Mordor alone. It's the only way. You refuse to be left behind, to Frodo's growing consternation. Do not hinder me, Sam. The others will be back soon, and if they catch us here, they will make us explain and argue, and I will not be able to resist. If we are going, we have to go now. Frodo laughs. Oh, Sam, you have spoiled my plan, but I'm glad of it. We were meant to leave together. That much is clear to me now. Let us be off. Look at these two. One. He just put the ring back on. He was like, yeah, we're meant to go together. Bye. There are plenty of ways into the Black Land, as they have Mordor. Not like in the south where they have Gondor. Should we just go back up to the top? Yeah. Let's just go back up to the top and hand that in.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
If we get to a point where it's going to take us to the next area, I'll probably stop there. Apparently Minister, most of the population live in Gondoliniums. What? I was thinking about your idea of a cozy Lord of the Rings farming sim, and I think it'd be interesting if it was set while the main narrative of the books is happening. You hear about it and it affects your ability to farm somehow. That would be cool. Well, there's the whole sacking of the Shire business, where the Shire gets attacked. Be cool exploration of what it's like to carry on in the face of world dangers happening elsewhere. Yeah. Yeah, it would.
You have done well.
You've done well. I can now provide food and water for the horses under my care for a time. I thank you. You have been a great help, not only to me, but to Langmanu, Svitlik, and the other men and horses as well. Wow, we actually got half a level.
You say you have found the owner of the blade. How do you know?
You recount the tale told to you by Rodwen and of her encounter with the orcs, and how she left her sword behind. I suppose the blade does belong to her. She does not sound much like much of a champion, if you ask for my opinion. One of the Rohirrim would rather die than leave his blade behind. Still grumbling, Will Firth hands you the sword to return to Rodwen.
Interesting.
Wilfeth listens as you describe the bloodstained tree at the Dead Orc Glade. Interesting, he says after a moment. You say there was no body near the tree, and no trail of blood leading from the base of the oak anywhere nearby. It seems to me that our unknown warrior must have rested at the base of that tree after slaying the orcs in that glade. One thing still puzzles me, Feline. Where did our mystery warrior go after his great deed? If he succumbed to his wounds, his body would remain by the tree. Did he survive, or did he have friends to bear his body away? We may never know.
What did you find?
Wilfeth listens to your description of the scene at the glade with an expression of growing admiration. What glory! Some great hero certainly left his mark on that place. More than a dozen dead Uruks, you said. I would have liked to see our mystery friend in person. And you say you did not see a body. Where could he have gone, I wonder? Thank you for investigating that place for me, Feline. Tales of such recent glory stir my heart and inspire me to work even harder for my people, for Rohan. Can I complain this week when I know about the orcs coming to get us? Does anything of what I do actually matter? It's too existential and no longer cozy. Yeah, that's the thing with it. Like, you'd have to kind of find a way to include the scary stuff, but also not. The Scouring of the Shire might be a possible future expansion. That would be cool. I mean, we already have the instance. The skirmish. Maybe they could do a missions thing. Like a little mini expansion thing. Where you get to rebuild the Shire. That would be cool. Yeah, the idea that Joy's talking about, I was thinking the other day how it would be really cool if there was a Stardew Valley kind of inspired farming sim where you're just a hobbit in the Shire and it's just like a really cute, cozy game where you just farm and go fishing. Game is mostly farming, but then you stare at a pig and wish you could be it and worry only about pig stuff. I mean, that's what would make it unique. Is having it set in Middle Earth and all the dangers. Maybe it could be like, I want to say like little flashbacks. Little flashback missions or something. So you could still have the normal world. Stardew worked so well because millennials want to own property and live like that. Yeah, they want to live without the worries and the big corporations. And to also be free of the guilt that comes with consuming. Cozy farming cat with deep existential anguish.
This is most interesting. Not at all like the arrows used by the orcs.
Marry a depressive wreck of a man. What, Sam? Corridan takes the arrow between his fingers and studies it carefully. This is most interesting. Not at all like the arrows used by orcs. I would know this craftsmanship anywhere. This arrow was made within the Golden Wood, within the Lothlorien. I know whose arrow this is, but I will not speak his name here in the open. He did not lose this arrow for practice, or to test its flight. He fired it at a foe. See the blood on the point. He hit his mark. He sought to defend his companions from orcs, that much is clear, but one thing troubles me. Why did he leave this arrow behind? It is still intact, and could be used again on the road ahead. What spurred him to leave with such haste that he could not collect it, if he did leave it back? If leave he did. Danger I do not doubt, but it is a danger he survived, for he is not to be found here in the East Wall, is he?
It is a sad tale you weave.
What about Elliot? It is a sad tale you weave. The burden our mutual friends bear caused some amount of discord among them, and they were splintered. It seems from the signs you read that one or more of them repented of their deeds and sought to repair the divide when the orcs appeared. One halfling stayed clear of the fighting, and it seems another joined him. If they did not cross the river by themselves, I cannot come up with another explanation. The two of them have now left the east wall, heading east. You know the identity of these two, Feline. Can it be anyone but the bearer of the great burden and his loyal servant? Only Galadriel can hope to see them now. I am uncertain of the path of the rest of the company, but my own reading of the signs has shown me something that seems fairly clear. 3 of that company have left for Rohan on foot. I believe they pursue the other 2 halflings of the company.
We should go to Mansig's encampment to speak with Ingild.
Horn and Nona went to the camp Framric spoke of, led by a Rohirrim man named Mansig. His encampment is located on the border of the East Wall in the Norcrofts. They were going to speak with a man there named Ingild, who claims to have seen something of interest to us. You should speak with this man now and see what he knows. I will come as well. Oh, let's take our milestone. Elliot sucks? Wow. Savage. The problem is that too many hobbit farmers have to retire early after taking a marrow to the knee. Oh, it's funny.
A party of Uruks fled from the east wall to the Norcrofts on foot.
Never actually engaged with him, to be honest. No, it's fine. I think I was trying to up my relationship with him, but I stopped playing that save. I think I must have just got bored. Only married Shane and Abigail. Why does everyone love Abigail? She asked for such expensive gifts. And nearly Penny? Penny seems cool. Because she has purple hair and a sword. That's not good enough. She wants amethyst. Like, that's too much. I think I played the game with her. That quest was fun. But I didn't give her amethyst. I like my women armed. Damn. I do not know anything about that Dunlending girl, but Horn is one of my people and I trust him. I will tell you what I told him. A party of Uruks has fled from the East Wall on foot into the Norcrofts. If you go to the ridge west of here, you might be able to look over the plains and see where they went. Oh, look. You stand on the ridge that forms the border with the Norcrofts. You peer out over the plains and see a far-off cloud of dust.
It is strange to look out over the plains of my home. And no, I am not welcome there.
It is your duty to follow the rumour of your friends, and it is my desire to help you do it, so I will follow you if you must pass into Rohan. Corridan tells me that the Uruks are likely pursued by an elf, a dwarf, and a man, and though the tracks are faint and hard to read, I trust his instincts and his tracking skill. They would need to be incomparable hunters themselves to catch the Uruks if they did not depart immediately, and it seems they did not. And we are leaving well after both groups, so heed this warning. We will have no hope of catching up with the Uruks that fled the east wall without war steeds of our own. We should speak with Bansig about acquiring such steeds.
Horn is an unusual man. I will keep an eye on him for you.
Look at the rolling fields and plains of the Horse Lords. They were meant for my people, but they were taken from us. Nona scowls, but then her expression softens. Horn and I hunted for signs of your friends while you were at Path Galen, Baleen. He is not like the rest of the Horse Lords. If he wishes to go into Rohan, a land from which he is exiled, I will do so without complaint. See how much he risks for the causes of strangers. He is a most unusual man, Baleen. I will keep an eye on him for you.
The last time I traveled south,
How rude!
orcs were gathering on the river bank.
Why are you bothering me? Am I men depressed? Oh dear. A group of Uruks passed this way, and the signs are clear about that much at least. They trampled grass underfoot and kicked aside stones with little care for where they placed their booted feet. They were in a hurry, and they held captives. 2 halflings, whose identities I think we both know, Feline. The Uruks are right to worry, for Ron took them into Rohan, and they are several days ahead of us, and I feel mere hours ahead of their pursuers, for they were pursued by 3 of our mutual friends, I think. But why? Did the Uruks think they had captured something more than captives? We must follow them. If we can lend our aid to the captives or the pursuers, we must do so, but we will need war steeds if we are to have any hope of catching them on the great plains of Rohan. Let's go back to Mansig. This is probably going to be the end of this book.
You have urgent business within Rohan?
What's all this then? I think we want this one. You have urgent business within Rohan. It is not for me to ask questions. Know that my people are suspicious of outsiders. And you travel with 2.
Some of my men are returning to the wall. You are welcome to go with them.
Oh, okay. So this is the quest that's going to take us to the worlds to start the actual Rohan story. But I won't accept this one because we've got loads of quests here to finish still. Which, I don't know, I might do in my own time. Or I might not. I'll see how I go. But for now, I'm gonna end it here. Let's just make it all nice. Keep doing that. Yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out. It was nice to stream again. Is there anyone to raid? Let's raid Man Bear. Thank you. Hope you have a good evening as well. Let me just check I spelled that right. Yes, I did. Cool. Thanks everyone. See you next time. Bye.
She doesn't